whosoever be he worthy shall have the power. Whatever, man. It's a trick.
Oh, it is much more than that, my friend.
If I lift it, do I get to rule Asgard?
Yes, of course.
I will be fair but firmly cruel. Be right back.
Are you even pulling?
Are you on my team?
Just represent, pull.
All right, let's go.
Come on, Cap.
Nothing.
Oh, no, that's not a question I need answered.
The handle's imprinted. Whosoever is carrying Thor's fingerprints is, I think, the literal translation.
Yes, well, that's a very interesting theory. I have a simpler one. You're all not worthy.
How could you be worthy? You're all puppets, tangled in strings.
Mind blown, you guys. Mind blown. I left the theater last night and I kind of had to sit there for a few minutes while eating pinkberry naturally to just process. Tell me about shooting this film.
You know, it's so funny you're saying that, though, because I had the same reaction, and I think a lot of us had the same reaction when we were at Comic-Con last year and we saw that teaser. I mean, it really was...
Like what?
That was astounding.
Yeah, and all of us, I looked along the row of actors, and everybody, including Sam, was like...
Yeah, I know. And that was only a little teeny piece, not even the big things.
Right.
Yeah, and this is like very long and just constant brain. This is not one of those, yes, it's not an action film that you can just kind of mindlessly like, oh yes, my popcorn candy. This is
gotta listen,
paying attention, but still having your mind blown for 2.5 hours.
I think that's ultimately Ultron's job in this film.
Right.
Interesting.
Is pay attention. He actually says that, I think, a couple of times.
I think he does. He is a smart aleck, and I don't think there could have been better voice casting.
Thank you.
Tell me a little, is he just Iron Man's alter ego? Or is he his whole new
I think he
thing?
starts as that. I mean, I think that was originally, you know, he certainly represented an intention of Tony's and Bruce Banner's, but then he evolves into a very different thing.
He evolves, which is kind of awesome. Now, I watch these Marvel films, and they're very Shakespearean, almost. You kind of, we've got the war and peace, and the good and evil, and all of that. Are they just action movies, or they're truly, do you watch it and you kind of say, well, there's some real-life application here? Or is it pure entertainment?
Well, Shakespeare was entertainment.
True.
And it also dealt with, you know, it dealt with life and death and love and loss and comedy and tragedy and, you know, all the rest of it, and just did it very, very well and represented the best of, you know, pop entertainment at the time. Marvel's doing the same thing, but it's just very different, you know, just reflects a different society and culture. And
it's true. And it's certainly a reflection of our... You kind of watch it and you're like, this is kind of how we are as humanity. You know, I love the theme of peace, but at what cost? And I think Ultron kind of thinks he's doing the right thing, but then you have Vision come and say, well, I'm just on the side of life. Can you just speak to that a little bit?
I think there's a theme emerging in the movies that the more you defend yourself, the more something will rise up to challenge your defenses, which I think is really interesting when you look at our world.
And how we all operate.
Yeah.
Indeed. Okay, so I just need to know, makeup for you. Tell me about that process, besides the fabulous glowing thing in the middle of your head.
The process was very, you know, it was unstressful in that it was somebody else's
short and sweet,
job.
wasn't it?
It was 2 minutes.
Yeah, tell me hours.
But it wasn't the putting it on was not the problem. The staying in it was the problem. Because after about 10 hours of not really being able to hear anybody and only having this much of your skin on your whole body, open to the air, you really get a little.
Well, you also can't sit down and
punchy.
relax either.
Can't really sit down and relax, and you have a cooling suit underneath the suit, which has got like a radiator with ice cold water going through.
What?
And then and so you're attached to this thing that's pumping this water. And you just find yourself sitting down and reading a lot and getting into a very, very zen state.
Okay.
Because you do feel a bit punchy. And
was gonna
I've never
say.
shouted on set ever in my career, and I'm not going to. You know, and you just have to imagine the line of actors behind you that would love to be in your job right now.
Be inside of the suit with the water running through it and all the
and getting
things.
paid money. So yes, I felt myself. I felt very lucky, but I would be lying if I said it wasn't really uncomfortable.
Well, punchy is okay. I'm impressed that punchy is the extent
Punchy.
of